decent, but I don't know, it just wasn't really that good. The villain's plan was over complicated. Because there's literally a scene where he takes his head off, blows it up like a balloon, and it explodes and it goes back on his body. But his whole plan is he tells the guy to put a heart monitor in his body. That way no one will kill him. Later, Spawn's about to kill him, so of course he tells him about it. Because when you're facing death, you're gonna do anything to get out of death. Plus, he thought that was the plan all along. That if anyone tried to kill him, just tell them that they have the heart monitor. And they'll release a virus. So, it was a very stupid plan. With powers like the balloon thing, you'd think he would be able to just, teleport it inside his body. Or do surgery on him. And, maybe put, sleeping gas in him and just do surgery on him yourself. And then just make the scars disappear. There's probably no limit to his power. Speaking of the power, his final form, he looks like that one weird dog thing in the first Ghostbusters movie. And it looks just as crappy, too. Spawn was decent in this. Honestly, I first learned who Spawn was from MK11. Because the only comics I really read are Marvel and DC. But I know there are Mortal Kombat comics, Ninja Turtle comics, and the Dark Horse comics, which is Hellboy. But for stuff like that, I've really only seen the movies or playing the games. Or watch the TV shows. Marvel and DC is the comics I read. I'll eventually get to other comics, but yeah, anyway, that's besides the point. The villain literally looks like that thing from Ghostbusters, like I was just saying. He didn't even really have a name in this movie. I mean, he calls himself the Violator at one point. But the captions most of the time was literally just clown. See that thing? Does that not look like the Ghostbusters dog thing from the first movie? Look at that thing. You can't tell me those things don't look similar. That's immediately reminded me of. Anyway, back to the clown. He was kind of campy and a bit too campy. He was kind of enjoyable at first, but he's throughout the entire movie. Campiness and funny villains are, to me, good in small doses. Not the entire movie, because he's one of the main villains. He basically is the main villain. But I did like his design. And another criticism I have for the movie is it pulls a Spider-Man 3, but it's also quite a bit before Spider-Man 3. And it's before even Spider-Man 1. But anyway, in Spider-Man 3, Topher Grace's Venom had a pretty cool CGI fit, though it should have been more buff. Anyway, he took his mask off constantly in that movie for some reason. And they do the same thing in this one. We don't really see Spawn that much in this movie with the mask. So I thought that was kind of stupid. Just like the plot. But it's kind of entertaining. But it's a little bit boring.